Hello and welcome to another Southern Peaches production. We're here to talk about mixers. My sister and I were having a conversation on mixers, and we were talking about, well, just what mixers can do. So most people that I know have a KitchenAid or a Bosch, and those all work great. My mom's had a KitchenAid for just years upon years, and there's some friends of mine that have Bosch, and I was just intrigued because it can handle just a heavier load than what a KitchenAid can do. So when we were in the market for our own mixer, as our family grew and we realized we needed more capacity to make more loaves of bread instead of one loaf at a time, we did some research and we decided on the Electrolux. And so this is the Electrolux, and my sister was a little I don't know how you say it, just kind of intrigued by it because I was telling her that the bowl moves and not the implements. So I'm going to give you a little tour. So Moira's going to help me out. She's going to bring over, there's Moira. Moira, if you can bring me the white bowl, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This here is used with the wire whisks. And this does just muffins, maybe a single batch of cookies, eggs, egg whites, things like that. Now this implement actually will rotate around in the bowl itself, and I can give you a little demonstration. When we plug it in, the lights on the front will go on. We have two dials, the on and off with the timer, and the speed. Okay, and we're going to put this on low, and this, and you see the mixer moves right there in the middle. Okay. So, now I'm going to show you what I usually use to make heavier batches of cookies and what we do our bread in. And later on, Isabella is going to actually be making bread. She'll show you how we make our bread. So if you bring over the silver bowl, please.
Yes, ma'am.
This here comes with what they call the mixer and scraper. And we just put this on in the middle. Grooves. Now we swing over the arm, attaches the mixer, and then the scraper. Now this here, as it's rotating, this bowl itself moves. Okay, this is the one that's going to be moving. This will move only because it's rotating around the rim. This is a scraper. It sticks on the side and it scrapes the bowl as it rotates. As you have heavier loads of dough, you can move the arm out into the middle, and you can actually tighten this little screw here, or the big knob, I should say, to tighten the arm in place. Otherwise, as I found out the hard way, the dough will end up going and splashing out all over your counter and making really big, huge mess. So, we don't want that. But the first thing we have to do before we make our bread is grind the wheat into flour. So we're going to bring over our next implement and show you how this grinds the wheat. This and then the other thing. Now, this seems like a little weird. Thank you. But it's just a scraper. In order to have this grind the wheat, we have to put it on its side. Okay? So this knob that actually turns this into place is actually also a leg when you turn it over to the side. So you turn it over to the side. And then we've got to attach the wheat grinder. Hold on, sweetheart. And in the background you hear Jonah and Jedediah. And tighten this up. Okay, we're going to pour our grain in the top. Down here is a dial that, depending on where you turn it, will depend on what size grain you're going to get out of it. So we like fine grain, so we're going to put on the finest setting. She's going to pour that in. Leslie, she likes to see. And pour the grain in. And this is a really loud process. So we'll be turning off the camera in just a second, but this wheat grinder is great because in the past we had a small one. It only ground 3 cups at a time, and the bread recipe that I make uses about 15 cups of flour. And we had to keep stopping the other machine. You had to wait 20 minutes before you got to grind again, and it took a very long time to make enough flour to make our bread. So this here we can put in. I can make as much flour as I want. So we're going to turn this on. I'll show you what happens. It's going to come out the bottom, and then we'll come back to Isabel making bread. Okay? So
Turn this on.